Thursday edition of Showdown Jumedie and Asabri Nana Yasewa Matina Ejwemu Amede Eba Besomo Mama Yashefo nyina no Akwaba Shonko Enfambra Kumasi Online TV Friends of Ken TV Saso and Thick TV meje de senyankopon wadom obi biara ehoye mo se metine kunwa kese mu se dia na chese eniema ekoso o man Ghana de etwegu o man Ghana and Asabri de ye ba be pensem mu de osefata se ye fire so no showdown jumedie so ye bema ni showdown nankasa de osefata so se ye tu ne fon so wo jumedie so no e ya de asa efutuo no ye de beko ede amamo ende ye ba twetwe nkomo ede afa MPP amanyokuo no ho saso e na NDC amanyokuo no so no ye bewremu e wo honom any other trending things ubepie mu e wo oman Ghana hanum se ya ekoso nyina no ye betu ye bonu ya pense ni nyina mu ede amamo na eba ne MPP amanyokuo no de asa brede nkofo bi wo hono ma jese mekoto courtesy for boys and girls ankasa edema wom shode anopa awiane anadwo bia na mapemfi ankasa ede agina wom so se wom be kan yensem a ewo book ni mu ankasa esanse NPP party akane na ya akono no sabre ya mene bo kase de amanfo bi wo hono ma wom destroy NPP party no ankasa ene de no mo hwa wo fadan so eja wono ana Abronye abrebia wotena dwumedie mu hwa dwuma na hwa ankasa enti sabre ya mene mo kase okwa akọboa nsama hodo na nyame yadoma Friday onu ankasa ebetena ekunwa kase mu na de wakọ akọboa no nyina no odi asom emre ekonanim so no hana ATP ye birthday girl ne eye na woda odi newspaper review ne so ebeba besom yen saso na ende NPP communicator ye friend honorable Opari Enoch saso na kweku baako a wono so eye NDC communication team member wo nyina no ebeba be kame ho ewo fidiem hanum se na de trend de ekoso ewo NPP ni NDC mu nyina no ya pense mu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wakache Ghana fo nyina no say ye man 120 days on fenyi ni ministers ni ade nyina no sabe ya menemo ka say de 120 days no aba na wie ye odin sembebe na aba abonti agese busua ye be rewre mu ewo honom saso na enne no ye hye sede ye obepie mu asante mantemu hanum se ya sede zuba ebra ye ni se wono be ye meyo ensem bia wodi tu dwa se ye maame nom no obepam wo nyina no e de free kwan no ho se de be ye kwan no ho no cars bia betumi pass through in and out no bibia tumi ay successful no wa sha se aje so o put a lot of actions down ye be rewra honom ni nyina no na ya twetwe enkomo e de afo honom won so a wo hwe dwumedie you were never left out so comment section ase no adwentwe biara wo bia no onso betumi e de wo de afa honom e de ama me tell a friend to tell another friend say ya hye dwumedie na se the comment de e ya de a ehu hia ye papa panti no one so subscribe say de be ya every episode biara ye de betum bia no wo betumi enya now yense mombre no. Let's go straight to your various discussions for today. Mamira MPP mu kakra MPP amanyokuo no for some time now menu mienu bedi wa dance ye say a lot of issues a popping up every hono ma de cheni adesan bia no party akane no na wo share party atade wo share MPP atade na wo de na ma na wo kopa adwuma mpo na pani bi bisa wo say party be na wo join na wo ka say o me a new patriotic party member che say ebuo hwonko bi wo hono ma enipa bebre na edema onenso ende eniema chese ekoso ewo MPP party ni mu kame akwa yese quote and unquote asempenifo biara enim because ye hye NDC amanyoko na den time ne ye ka se NDC de opetutwa asema ye tuche edema wo mo founder ankasa kra bonten ebe kan mbre bi yetwemu ye mampeni dada wenya ne baby ko JJ wo be ka se MPP amanyoko ne de wo mo tete amanfo akọ school wo mo de wo mo nim di ankasa na NDC party ne de obi besie everywhere that will be a woman de wakọ school de onko school de otie class de otie city everything there inside na so this time amene wo kasa wo hye NPP party na wo hye NDC party me ameti he wo de NPP gina ho na de NDC gina ho no ma ya de ameyi NDC party ne eja NPP party ne because NDC ho aba ba ya kono esen eye MPP party yen hye the various issues for some time now no trende ewo Abefontein time fidie so between Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong and Abronye DC. Abronye DC chairman, MPP regional chairman, Saso na Kennedy Ohini Agyapong, or former member of parliament, and also na or aspaso beba flag bearer Ediama MPP Amanyokuno in 2024. Na so I can see our no Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA and Edin Kunim. Just last weekend, yet Krom Hayenke bin shemu. Any who say Abronye DC were granting interviews such as a young PM Diankasa. What to the Kennedy Ohini Agyapong. This whole issue, no, I shall say what thank you to our media can several times to say. Thank you to our MPP Amanyoko Wamu led by your former Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA. Main na ya se wa meti hede makan minja kasoda. Se min sheda hu faso biara anase mfaso papa biara emfri sa thank you to our na womoko because se obi akwa kensie na kensie na wokoye no we lose election. We lose the election, that's what I saw Ghana for in Asia. And yet, region by region, now we be call now, man for baby, a woman, no woman winning back a sana, a best sunny ma. Timemu phone the woman cokromati kotuaba. It's at the end of the day, if you really want to appreciate Timemu fua, wamo kotuaba no one a woman to a now best woman say, yeah, policies are about 2024. No, we are repeating those same policies 2028 and even better ones. It's your best lesson 2028. Musa suhu MPP Amanyokwa. Mamu shumuti de biara da mufa kokromati and to a banfama woman. Nanka maboja. Penifo matonsa de afre wo nyina mo be pagana fo ache we san se timemufo bebre na edi yaw ewo wo makumemu kwan a MPP aban ne baye wo mo de Ghana fo fa so bosha wo mo share Ghana fo na so at the end of the day no wo mendi so checking your former president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ka che Ghana fo se yeti sika so so ekomede yen no be ye mampani na sa sika na yeti so no yentumi ehum fa so biara mfamfiri mu na wodi o haw ni amane ani atepo be da Ghana fo so no eno na wo se mu bodwa na mada Ghana fo nyina ase na mopa Ghana fo so chew se boni biara ye bia no mo fa ye bone nche ye nanka aso ho no ma but this thing they did no ebusia ye hu ni sa ye free region ha ni akwa region ha ni Agyapong region ha ye nwremu e wo bono region Ebra wam kopie mu obono region. That is why na Abronye DC sebi ni nsem hunu nyina no e hya ase. Wo bi anka oye regional chairman. Na MPP Amanyoko si ye thank you to. Na thank you to as a regional chairman no. Ye ma wo Mike sebra beje na kasa. That is not when you have to blame someone. Enye bra nipa bodompem wo honom no ena wo ba be blame you obi say ena ye sorry a ena we na ye say ena we no si owo sika ena we ndadi obi aba na preach peace a na so sankwofo na wo mu preach peace no sankwofo na destroy party common sense na wo sanka ka kire Abronye DC say baby a wuchina no baby a wote no ya ba say ye ba bedati memufu asenti enye sabrei ena wo say wo ba na be condemn obi Yehu ya so Honorable Kennedy Agyapong no so je Mike wan fans be obia won so tutu bi edema Abronye DC na nya asem ketewa wo mo be pie mu e wa Ashanti region ye nim sanka de esi wo bo no honom no anka be ye disuade wo mo betena se be dwendwen ho e be solve issue nanka ka honom a da bi on be pie mu Ashanti region Kontifo a wo mo be hye jama edema Kennedy Ohini Agyapong yehu ya ne say ya stabbing nipa baako Enumu na Kennedy Ohini Agyapong dwe hu nse da bi baby a ne emayi keka koyi cementi etia break enne na thank you to no man stop here one shot the next person na wo mu betumi kurapura ne yemi akasa Kennedy Ohini Agyapong ene oba abante no obekasa e ene say thank you to wa ekosi enam se me gin wona wo mo do me ho no me gin wona wo mo pese me be ye flag bearer be ye mampani de ma wo mo ho no na me sha de your life is in danger and attention a esaso wa MPP Amanyoko ni mu nti no me twe me ho kakra mami bi sasa question we say fiti bra Kennedy Ohini Agyapong cast wo twe ne hom e de free thank you to no thank you to ni guso a ekoso ba wa wo hwe dwumedie what thank you to no ho asem da What to say about BAWUMIA kopiem baby or saka bibi dana? You haven't heard it. So they should tell MPP Amanyoko and say the man of the moment say ye pewobia amafo dono obi a wachidi obi obetumi abo MPP. It should be Kennedy Agyapong. Now yembre from her say Yenshebra BAWUMIA ba MPP Amanyoko no mu. Nanado your former president His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. One okofa BAWUMIA ba so one be the flag bearer, that is in 2008. Obeye flag bearer 2008 ankoye yamfa ama omo. 9 10 11 12 ankoye yamfa ama omo. 2016 ena Ghana ha ne de wutwu mu tan 8 years ne de breaking the 8 no. I just end the bia we anwanwaso de ene besesa Ghana fo adwemo omamo akwanya no wabaso. 2012 ampeki amfama womo no 2016 apeki ma womo obeye mampeni vice president 2016 and 2020 Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The reason I did Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA baye was because no nim said BAWUMIA economic messiah. Next at the end of the day no akabeye 1 year krama yakwa akotoaba me nana ya sewa as a journalist me jina can say there is no way I mean who said Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA we jina wo kasa dia for my Ghana economy hoda afi the economy ne be dane digitalization wo fa ha digitalization 2024 yakwa akotoaba nenti ayede ne baaye no yehu so okananado ho nanado so bai wa be destroy MPP Amanyoko no adenti na nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo wo kwa won kasa me ya na me do baaye na won so ne nsate sa abofra ne maame ya wo ne foforo no won fa ne ntwa kwa ni na wo mu nyina no enko na yempe obi foforo ma ni mbegina. Listen, Kennedy Agyapong, I never heard from anywhere say na obese obeye flag bearer de ma MPP. That motive ne bandi tirimu in 2023. 2023 no she said ye BAWUMIA eni Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ebu omanya timemufu obu efu na wono ne ye man of the moment Mr. One stepping in amfa ma MPP Amanyoko a MPP be ko opposition and pam wamba MPP ko opposition. Aside no Kennedy Agyapong from 2000 he started way back. The sacrifices are why Yediama MPP from 2000 I will be a member of parliament Edema Asen North constituency eba ya besi 2024 no apeja ne say MP adwuma ne de nipa be ya na why ntanya de amekọ honum biem sisi an be se be flag bearer anka boni bi enim se Kennedy beka so be so ye flag bearer Edema MPP Amanyoko no waso ahwe wonim de wo party ni mu wonim de na adwen wo soro osansukra no ye osansukra ye obi a ye kan say businessman. He is a businessman. It is say oye businessman de a onim se de wo man Ghana netie onim man Ghana resources into se wo ba so oba be ye flag bearer e de ama MPP Amanyoko na setimemu for to oba e de ama na adwen kura na wo kwan ye obefa so ebu o man Ghana no bibia betimi akokọ yie. Kennedy, after the election, your barrier will be added na some call we kopiemu US, one year nas court and sama kwa koda. Not this same thank you to. Asa kwa chuchu and same bebre naba. Meanwhile, Kennedy Agyapong has been preaching peace. Say party ne betumi akonenim se nkunim de betumi aye MPP Amanyoko ne dia and the idea ba ko betumi aboa yen eya asumdwe any togetherness say ye bema Ghana fo nyina hu ni say wetimi waka mi bie no hono ma ekoso wo party ne mu yen ka ye hombo mu ba ko na 2028 yen koje franka no ne yen sansumbre ambebu o man no and I am shocked people in NPP are refusing to understand this thing. Idea way is something simple. Obia will right to say obe choose candidate our pay. If Abronye DC or no na asama banuti na mi boni dinu. Se ohun say Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA and a ye best person obetumi ebu o man na wo bi enu obe for se no. Se aboa papon eye enesto usu wonu so hu ne say Kennedy Agyapong ena ye de ne ba se flag bearer de ma MPP amanyoko no 2024 obetimi aboa MPP amanyoko na ebusua boni biara enim. But seeing Kennedy Ohine Japan and Abronye DC, someone na Kennedy Ohine Japan eyi ni bottom sika edi ahye ne pen wo bia kane no pa wo hu Abronye ni tini ne kon bia esi body so na enne wo hye se de Abronye DC ne nam na se de wo di Kennedy Ohine Japan atem etoto ayampia de ma Kennedy Ohine Japan na metena sidi na makase this whole thing na ekoso no could it be say nkrofo bi hyase because matiti sika bi won framem na saa sika na ebusua matiti won framem no from report amena na yase wa mensa kan no na chese Kennedy Ohine Japan no Abronye DC therefore ya ko hu Kennedy eno oka che ni so sisi ane de eja waboa mepen wosu be say obeye flag bearer de ma MPP me no me ntumi yi wenim but from sika mete ye no na chese Abronye DC took about 4 billion from Kennedy Ohine Japan 480,000 from Kennedy Ohine Japan na owie ye no en was also chain ho according to sources no was also 7 billion free Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA ho enti metina sidi nam se so could it be say sasike ye busia yakwajeje enunti na nam so ane Abronye DC wo gina simpie so wo bia wo boa ne pen wo bia wo hye ne pen wo bia enyo no anka Abronye DC nka wunya aduani mpondi wutumi gina simpie so etoto ayampia edina tem se de nipa ne nya opapa bia da no. It is okay to support BAWUMIA but they be any mobi anka se men support BAWUMIA but se wo hye Abronye na wo hye support ne mwa Kennedy di aboa no na wo hye se di Abronye DC ejina simpie so na ototo ayampia de ma Kennedy Ohine Japan na me anka sa me mu no me suno na me sunu kose because me entity ye de ma me ne se wo bi a wa ye papa da hye yie na wano entia ne da wo bia wato nsuo ama wanom da hye na wano entia ne da enne na Abronye DC be hu ne se wono ane oga ende wo be hu ne se boni biara nim ende wo be hu ne se o wendeja wenye sika kasi wenye bini ade enti wonsuro bia but it will get to a time ebia na ne ba ehia moa wo Kennedy enia bi ho ebia no hia moa wo Kennedy ne ma 22 ni bi ho that is when Ghana for you now because say, oh, you are from a family of ungratefulness. Because Adi Abronye DC, I am grateful. He is being ungrateful. I'm not sure says say who supported BAWUMIA. Kennedy Japan beba be chu pimpe se bra na be supporting the derby. Nipa odi Kennedy echi. Nipa was supporting Kennedy. Eyo obi a wonim sese ye de kokromoti to papa abadi ama papa say one bra be ye mampani wo man Ghana na adwinye ekita no ni nimdia ekita no eyade ebetimi abo man Ghana. Ede Ghana for mo boy Ibrahim Traore abaso wo be men na Bema kukudrofo bema wonjina nsuo mansa na wahramo muhia na musalutu ne san se mu hu ne se eniema wo ye de ama Burkina Faso no eye papa nenso mu man Ghana wo man Ghana ye yetima ye wo resources nyina no ye nyanim defo bi te se Kennedy Ohine Japan na wo se nieme ye wo me past mu nyina wo wetia me na so wo me nso metia wo na so bia no wo bia fa me mfom so mfa ncheme na ye mfu kosi on se ye ma Ghana fa ne ntuma pefra amafo agina honum say timefia befo wom say anya dia wom be masa de na ye possible and if you think say Kennedy Ohine Japan say bia de ekoso MPP party no be ba bonte be ba respond ya me ya meti he de ka me ho akaba ne be ka hwenchiro bia e mane be bo ho wa na ene edin bia meti ye se onka enkrofo wom hye kira ama se bia Abronye DC wodi nsem hunu na busua me ankasa me mu na gimi nsem Miaka sami muna jimi nsemi ye papa esansa sani pana miti ne dino. This is someone na Kennedy Ohine Japan ka se mebe ye campaign di ama MPP ama nyoko ni 2024 ajisa sani pano Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe napo ajisa ya fane se flag bearer ya fane se running mate enne me tete won fra memu se mia me kunu ma de nyina na po wonim de Abronye DC no e de metete won fra memunum se wonim de Abronye DC no me wo se chema wontumi ya betena ni TV so pacho, and I was like, this is serious hypocrisy. Most say destroy MPP party no. MPP party na your forefathers di wo mu magegu honom de ma party no. We are seeing a different party altogether. Na nyasem na yenka ka Abronye DC na ho fama ne na ho ofe ne wahia ebura dwene ntiase so ne nimdie ne wahia wo se ye fa de sa regional chairman. Ni nimdie no himfa wo se ye bona baso fa ne regional chairman, and this whole nonsense ebusua ekoso wo LPP party no. I am still shocked say ye nya executive ba kumpoma ni issue letter from Abonte say Abronye DC dey wo keka ne ade, you are destroying the party guy. Na so abo papo ko grantee interview abo papo na wono ne ye campaign de ma Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA 2024 no okọ grantee interview ka say mako grounds me ni amanfo adi nkomo me ni amanfo akasa na so me ni amanfo kasa ye edian wo mo bone say Kennedy ohene Japan say MPP amanyoko betumi de Kennedy besa ba de ye de kokromoti beto ba mo straw letter tete de babante say mo de disciplinary committee. And some Abronye DC bekaye and some adwasafo ne aboa papo kan de wayi na yehu montra sendwe hu and some Abronye DC ebekaye edidi atem ne ade a wodi bedi Kennedy ohene Japan and some abroad papo bekaye and some adwa adwasafo bekaye sankrofo mienu ne Abronye why dey na wasanka ye tumi de no disciplinary committee. You people are just destroying the MPP. And I'm sure say doing ketia. Moshe said the NDC party na ya kono. Moshe die said the say doing ketia. NDC atna opposition 8 years. What to me abrama NDC ababemu. Na moshe mo chairman ya woman na me moshe wo shun wo by the caliber of people and the things they are portraying. Is this the MPP we know? MPP kufu MPP a yenim no me bisa se eno ne sa MPP a yehu ne nde na na just frimpon kodua entumi fa letter ma bonten be kan kire Abronye DC say whatever he is doing he should put a stop to it. Na me bisa me ho say it is a Kennedy ohene Japan supporter be the ba bonten eno be ka sansem we e de fa Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA ho ankasa we mu fa ne pe no ko gina disciplinary committee ana obi bru obi so what be change obi ana na me nim say Kennedy ohene Japan is a change person, because if he is not a change person and kasani eme ya muye ko responded that. And I know say na Kennedy he didn't know say emre bi beba he would want to stand for presidential kanye maybe wo hono ma wonye, but then again sanye ma Kennedy ohene Japan ye bia no he did it in the name of the party. MPP winning 2016 election and it was Kennedy ohene Japan. That time na want to be media na when. So time no na other media houses are and na aba in the name of MPP na when. Abronye DC kroya wo ko gina want to me TV ko gina bu me TV etutu ayapia de ma Kennedy ohene Japan. Sa brand ya no na what Kennedy ohene Japan ni media station so on Man FM net 2 and a wakasa cho and at the end of the day no na ye say yisika e di feed no. And there were bono regional chairman when ya ka bia dem when ya station be bia o pe bia ye betumi interview no. And then there will be an annual kasa. And people are happy because it is against Kennedy ohene Japan. Say ne Kennedy na munim se mwenya na mode ye na. Me kama mwanga se mumati asye se embre bi beba wo de beye mo. Embre bi eba wo de beye wo. Wo ba fasikan na odi ko wo bi na wo ka cha akola ne se oh me ba ne de wa ma na fasikan na wo wa obesu intima ne fasikan no ade be chi no wanka sa wo da honum na oba no wa twesikan no odi esi usu akun it is munim se ade a wo ye na ya de papanti ye bonabaso onu anu oga. You people are destroying the party. Mo say party no na de be ye me ya ne say party fufuro bi beba na manfo a wo do wo MPP party mu na be free mu nkwan ya Alan Faso free party ni mu na me kam se Kennedy 2028 se MPP amanyoko mansesa mushu ne moban ne mpenifo eda no me the executives ni nyina akra no obi anko fie because me hu am so mfa so executives said that MPP anu nyina each and every one obi anko fie cause party ya de share monsa no masa party no Bono regional chairman Abronye na no cho mumbe sane se bra wo ba be ye chairman wo Bono region no constituency say ena no okita ekunya say na na okita e parliament ena ka say wo ba ye man 12 seats na NDC ye baako ene NDC kita 11 seats MPP kita baako enya mani wuo Sani emani nyina eka homa MPP amanyoko no eluzi 2024 election nyansa ni nka wobia se wobia entene na monje ho na montumi put it in place na nka ntokwa de yenya yete ye no na ka wo se ye MPP ni NDC na afida na ba ye MPP mu ankasa mu no masori mu ho amu ankasa mu didi mu ho atem egu party nani mase and we call these people leaders the audacity, we call these people leaders. Leaders from where? Kufo party ya, wadishe na nado na kwe kufo adosa. Enuniye. Ebusia, meka sana meka bibise Abronye DC from sources. Oje 7 billion. Efi Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA. Osansu kwa Kennedy ohine Agyapong. Ekoji almost 5 billion. That's 480,000 Ghana cedis. Why you may say be a assumption video no honum. Measure so become when yako na yako akobosa video ni yetie seme wo video ni munso abasisia.
Thank you Tono mo normal mu tese ho.
Well, become say then you can crack kan wonsem. Sunyani na beka ya ba ya anate 30 bono region. That's a mock of 33 was anything. Bikum, a Sunyani. I won't and send a baby bree about the original chairman. I am Pia, Sebi Boo, Wakakoto, Na, a ma, a ura, and Agyapong so. Or be best or 30 the record street. The Sabi, me and your party, sir. We are regional chairman. I say, oh, you've been here, a Quenya jumping before you. Now, Cassette said, Una, one I Bema, our party. I don't think it is fair.
Now, Mr. Max say, you all can regional chairman, Mr. Wanya, Abronye, and Abronye, DC,
Many akuma Abronye.
Akamba for some now working. When you like in the Agyapong exchange,
yes, but one on what's in America. You see, Ziga, you see, baby, the new patriotic party, Yakwaku Druno. Baby American. So one of the major problems in Yaya and Kugu can say idea a buy and Kita would be Pabia. Any media no anti me anya. The doimu party nijina okonono. Adiba kwa party maye stre. Ziga stre mada. Kazben TV dia any baby a withdraw. So in ya konya noa. Ibe drag tramu. Na ya pama chow kese. Ya fa konya iso asa party maso a chow kese. And say, radio no, and now it to me, a trap baby, a to me, emra, and I say, uncle. The best party, ma. May I say, penny for so. Say, in your coin, I say, a cassa, not to be a brew, let the camera, a see a shop, let the microphone, and my and say, and cassa. You kill non America. Na nyakata bia ene wo se free room na eba ayo mo ma ya nyane se yenko na nyansa e wo itiri mu ana sabi akakabini akokotisam ebra ya hwasenu na edi ehim ewoyimu na yenya akwanya no a da masabi aburu adwempa eni nyansa edi enim kan sabi ebeya ekuo no mu ebeya kono na yatima echichiri ekui na masre say thank you to no a ye no ankodani musuo ene bosombi anfa mayen ora kere de Agyapong Abronye didie afiri ne mukọ ogo bita bisa yewra akoto afiri bra na ye kwakoto super delegates no ana okodi tro Abronye kodi tro akatie ora kere de Agyapong say Dr. Alhaji BAWUMIA akofa siremini bi aba so on the contest ono as regional chairman. The Camelu ni na manu huna ye hunu Uganda ha. O we can the Agyapong Emma Abronye 450,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes, it is kind of 4.5 billion.
4.5 billion. And you also called Dr. BAWUMIA. I got this Kennedy over 700,000 Ghana cedis. Nipa baku. No got that. Yewra. O say say akoto afiri. O this man attack. The year obu akoto da no obi a woboa wo ama wobenya regional chairman. Ya akoto ba na eye ne gene. Nipa o was okoye campaign ema no. Ena ne 280 ye. Ena wan koto aba no.
Na chairman the okay they say a wide allegations because okay say Dr. BAWUMIA Abronye DC call Dr. BAWUMIA ma okwaje over 7 billion so be campaign the amano and now was akwaje sika 4.5 billion which is 450,000 Ghana cedis edifo rack the Agyapong so be campaign amano it's a bass and I say obo double game to know who the onya double game ni the medium minimum but the okay there answer that Sesia imeno kase Abronye DC esama usisia na se bia ya kase enkokota will you be able to provide evidence
Ova Mr. Wada maybe ya zawo mani you ya adeke se ya fa huna mba jawara
na ene na make am Mr. Max I say your TV show your radio so o call here this DSTV Adaroma and you go TV the whole world 80 interview now come yeah na me pese me hu say dia wo kan me pese ye hu film because dia wo kan say Abronye
yes sir o ma interview no me say no evidence
and na me kan say evidence no ukuta bi na wo ho because dia wo kan no Dr. BAWUMIA hu wo ana kele de Agyapong so hu wo Mr. Wada I think in an interview conversation like this, in as much as you protect yourself, you protect everybody. Me no na edi nko wata bi eburu. Me nya kwada sao. Na ni ye ewo Metro TV, na no ye. O we can Agyapong. Bi na num aka. But unyanke, Abronye ba na wo be ka tell say Dr. BAWUMIA akofa sirebo ni bi. So I'm not a content into a man 480,000. Please, you see, we are well prepared to talk to you in terms of facts. Let me down and need to na Dr. BAWUMIA DNA.
Let me see this no. So uncle a boss when you say you now so Ghana. So Dr. BAWUMIA man is catch on like a beer. Or I just answer Dr. BAWUMIA. We are telling you this modus operandi. You know, in the Bono region. That is what I'm telling you this morning.
It is okay, say Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA ama Abronye DC kase on fanya campaign in Famana. And nobody is going to tell you say menya campaign in Femobia. You have the right to choose whoever you want to campaign for. But at the end of the day, no fashe ukoko netinimu say nipa na wo ye campaign na mani ni nipa wo ye against no. That same party. It is a way one day say yes, our party corona na ye free mu. Na sa wo be sorry na be attack Kennedy or Agyapong. Someone who has fed you before. It doesn't make sense. Me, baby, our mind Ghana sisi a ye do no hu. Enye obi a wakɔ school no obi a woni say dey ka 1+1 ni 2 no. Now we need someone who is a businessman to take over this country. Ye here will be a businessman. Obi to say Ibrahim Mahama. Send the word. Not say ye for your committee to Aban Famana. A lot of people would vote for him because he is a businessman. On him the and when him said ye Ghana economy ni susifati. Ama for wamuba no ma be kabro for akese akese de aba be wu Ghana for show. Wamuba no ma be chosho bro for akese de egu ye show. Wamu ko bi memu no ma kwa kwa jebesian wamuba. Wamaba be chichesa asika de ama wamu pinafo no no wamaba be di. Kasa kese ni ade ne yeto toma o ma at the end of the day ebe kwa wi eche no na sa sika na wo mo kobo obesia no yen taxpayers money yesika ne yede ba betua na so fasudie ye friend fasudie bia no ni ye hu ye. I have seen people under the comment section and Kennedy is a businessman, he should focus on that. Miss Rebisa say empenifo amwankasa wo mo kabrofo akese mu de wo mo kokromati kwato abama o na kwa akosi sen. Yenya bema to say Kennedy or Agyapong. Once in Shoman Sana Wahram, we are applauding Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso because he is standing on his grounds doing the right thing. Wabia wano yamfa kokromati anto abanfama no. Wabia waye ku de betu man penny free adia so. Ye bonu bom na ba so ne yenya wabi to say Kennedy or Agyapong. We want to turn our back on him. What are you people trying to tell me? Yenya wo bi to say Kennedy or Agyapong ono de yesi wonye wono de yesi chese wedi atem ono de yesi woni presidential boafo no kwam ka say presidential qualities ni ne mu. What do you understand ye ka so obi kura presidential qualities ah? Say ye ka so obi wo presidential qualities ah? What do you understand about that? Wo nchire mu ane say wo bi abeba no be receipt no beba be kabrofo do de atro beba be dada Ghana for resources are your my Ghana nyina they want to me and put it in place and find my Ghana for ya won hraye no na ye kase wo ye presidential material na. Listen, it is okay to choose whoever you want to choose, but my point is they are all from the NPP. Woman nyina no NPP, New Patriotic Party na mo and wo mo free. It's a fashion with you say if you think you are destroying Kennedy, if you think you are destroying Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA, you are not destroying them, you are destroying the party and the enam so ma wo wonsa etumi ko wano. Se won pe Kennedy asem na hu ne say we na wo be ka we de egu nanim ase wo be di na tam de egu nanim ase enye Kennedy na wo say no. Enye Kennedy na wo say no eye NPP party na wo say no ene say ye cassette ya Kennedy say mbre bi etwem no obedidi yatem obeka nsem bi amfa ho ebedidi afiaswas na gamu nyina de wo ma bedi wo matem nti onyu obi a wo say ye fa ne say flag bearer na say onyu obi a wo safata say obeye mampani e wo krom anum say mubo audio mubo video nti at the end of the day no ye kwoto aba na say delegate di wo mu kokromati kwoto aba ma Kennedy or Agyapong mu amudi sa de ma we nyina mu amokeka sa say we na mu beto aba de ma MPP na say bo beka say because say ye Kennedy or Agyapong no me Abronye di cement waba no ubeka sa BAWUMIA ba ye mon leste emfasudi a MPP fo wa ye dia mamo mon leste na yehu na Kennedy so the charitable things a wono so eye no eno so mon leste na yehu na nya asem ne yenka ene ye o man Ghana bia chesa refre huhu bi wa yemu a should we be fighting over this? Should we be fighting over this? Mercy, each and every one of us, our right to say, obe choose flag bearer wo pe. Yeme na me ba ba kire say, ye ko choose a fa kokrometi koto aba ma e fa kokrometi koto aba. Nipa wan kasa wo hye wo widie mu. Wo hye sede e wo man Ghana e kwa, wo betumi de kokrometi ato aba e bebo no. Wo betumi akoto aba de aba no. Ende emfo obi aho. Me nim nipa meto ama no. Wo so a wo hye, wo nim nipa beto ama no. Na so ye to aba na moma yenje ho hye nipa wo betumi abeboa yen we be didi atem ena obeye ya MPP fo ena wo obeye ya enu nti den ena ye enye bi na ye hu na nado ye to aba ma ni we den na wanka wa mapiem wo Tech FM o take for or hinia owo se kumewu se de beka se ya kwan ni ade nyina anye no respond be na nado dan kwakufa no de ma no John Dramani Mahama wa meka nja asantefo se mokra na ye de gold kra no ye kwan ma mokra nshomani asantefo MPP ba ye monkan fa so ye nya wo so de fa so be mpa na MPP ba be mo mo ye de ma asantefo then ye nya ye then wo mo ye it changes wo mo promise ye na ewe oh sorry na free education we dey enjoy Ghana for shum sa we dey free education e did do 8 years 2024 year kwato ba mugu so e pe mu ye de se e na free education free mu sorry na makwa akobodom pe mu baby ye wo sisifia de bi ye wo sisifia ye de win election sisifia ye de win election nipa kro na nado dan ko Akufo-Addo ebre ye pene ya sasa nipa no wo be ba ye flag bearer dia ma MPP enne wo se bone na nado dan ko Akufo-Addo di ye na woni mo hwe. What are people trying to tell me? Ni nyina no enye ungratefulness ni bia to see Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA stand on a pulpit and tell Ghanaians say ebra ye kwakwato about 3 days to rate na nado dan ko Akufo-Addo etofu wo mumpo no na wono BAWUMIA ni mo hwe economic messiah e favor BAWUMIA dia ye mo se ma no na eba Kennedy dia ye bone eba Kennedy dia ye bone chese wono na wadi bone a chese wiase ye be mu wo bia ndi bi da many dey me who say because BAWUMIA is timid and these people they see say ye betimi afa BAWUMIA fa enu nti na wo mudi na chi ena BAWUMIA se wo be sa ba ye flag bearer dia ma MPP 2028 na enkrofo wo mecha ne ho ahia no wansake wo mo a emoa ye wo sisifia bi na bujira sipie so anopo ewiyo enyumbreo ye wo sisifia ye win election Muria na monyoku no no beka nkoko anketenkete no na mo sere no de obekeka nkoko anketenkete no ena nda watie kunwem no de wade nkoko anketenkete ba ye wonu na watie kunwem mo abudi sisifia ba ma homa wieye 4 months in opposition mo hwe de ekoso 4 months in opposition enya se enta se muntina fie 1 year ne de na o man Ghana no mo be dane abutu enim guasefo akwa aba Mwade mu ye party na nyamani wuo party akono de amu ye na nyamani wuo such a disgrace ene obi feri mpo so obeka so ye MPP ni because of the things going on ani Kennedy de anu anye o yenti hana Kennedy wa medi asofofo nyina atem Kennedy dena wanka one man meko but this is someone our babonti abeka say I know I have wronged people please forgive me onye dem yom mo bonni akase na eya mutitifia mu di amafo yire no mo cast mu ni ade nyira no odi aka bibia afa wo mo bonni akase amude no wono de woyi nani magana fo nyina yehu se Kennedy de wonye na wo so wo dia wo ye wo subase ye amafo yire no ma mo fa wo mo cast mu ni ade nyira mo ni se ye ni ma na ye ni nyina ekita ye ekura ye amafo yire no ma mudi wo mo wo cast mu no ye ni nyina ya sheda de yaka ya no atum If so be preachy peace, or no, 1 year in poor preachy peace, so now wow, ye. It is said, your own year preachy peace, when are we and what are you supposed to do? Monkos one destroy party, no. Monkos one say party, no. Party ni gua, and come a family home. New party a babano, Timemu for the side room cockroach, aqua to about their massa party, no. Every say I am concerned minimum. Zuba, and now so better way about I am. Esan se ye yiwu as Kumasi mayor. Wo beka ensem bi matimemufo anye bebre na ade. Me gina benkum ma sanso agina nifa. Ne benkum a me gina ne se ene wo koye market centers a emsia frankly speaking. Ye ma me na ma wo moton ade wo kwan wo enye kama. Enye kama. To de bi a che se bi cars ne kura nya kwan pod wo ma pass through the marketplace say eja to baby say ye kwa akosolve bibi esi wo baby ye kwa akosolve ambulance kura pe kwan kura ba bitwe esan say ye ma me no ma hyehyɛ de ma ne ade wo kwan ho nyina ntiro wo mu to be cars ne to be pass through wo ba no wase o why ye be che o say wo to wade wo kwan ho no and woni e ma ye beje and ye do betumi kura kwa akotum why ye be che wo na ntwie ne wade nyina wo kwan ho so kura no ye ade ye de be ye beku wo mu ankasa de ama prisoners wakasa ansem we nyina wie ye no kumasefo wakasa ye amafo bebre na adwa obi no so ntumi ye hwe ntumi ye ebusi ayanko na ye nkɔhwe de ekoso wo kejeti a emra sesia
ya capture a video that I want for propaganda. Ya capture a video that killing I'm a video come more two for us. Yes.
What did you call? What to call the empire?
Ashanti region ye marketplaces no na yakwa akohwe ni nyina no aba ye zuba chese ne bosha wodi Ghana fo no de no an wo ye odi bosha ne so and de wa to wade okwan ho ne ade na ye pamo the only problem ameme one say ye ma me no ma wo pamo wo mi omutua dues month ne so be a day bia omka do mutua na every day wo mutua sisi na yapam wo nyina no enye se yesi market bi kura de ma wo ne yapam wo afiri honom so wo nkogu so what is next the next thing what pipeline mu no no ne dey ye besere mu na ye papa sisi de ndisi de ho akono se MPP nti no de mo ye no hu na mo ye ne ye se de be ya 2028 MPP no wo ma hu kwan yo mbefa so mo begumi wo mo na party ne destroyer amanfo betumi enya dopa ene pepa e de kokumeti na to aba e de ama NDC ATP wa hanim se ya se newspaper no wo de be ba besum ye be de yo bibi abako de oba de na daro ma menso me hu ye papa na and the newspaper no nseme na wo musa
okay na your time ni ntino ma me koso ntentem so ma me for daily guide fa ma yetie fo ni ahwefo nyina kwa aba na no be pie mo daily guide na se okra katafe toso miensa na se ebe toso abefo tintan fidie so se ye ma me fo mienu bi ese kidnappers for achewo mo we ma police for Ghana police ni Nigeria police for do mo na isi for etimi ko rescue ye ma me afi so ye kidnappers ni nyina na etimi ahye wo mo nyina na enhwehwemu a na daily guide e de aba ne se telecom staff bi e ka ho bi a se wono enenam so masa kidnappers nyina be pie mu na so butimi chi ye ma me enti no kro daily guide abenya bi no watima kenkan ni nyina so e wo ho no ma me fa anko klatafa to so miensa e wo daily guide na emu na se acting ye CJ ye Paul ye Bafo enso so foni e da hase a na se ye chief justice e man suspension e petitioner amafo bi tabri ne tenten de command no wonsem ene da hase na ukopie mu wo Supreme Court sansem a mia me crash tafo MP de kopie se wonti asese ye mampani JDM pese wo yi Chief Justice de free wordom no na me no kase Supreme Court aboni nyina atuo egu na wo ba ase so na ese minority leader afa normal kings ni foni ene da hase a na ni abede papa ni nyina ne se demo na so mo ye de atia mampani JDM efa Chief Justice justice sa yes wo yi na free wonom no na ukopie mo ye nkramantem a na anu etwam ya na se demo no ehya ase a na se na nyefe diagro kra won nkramantem na ye minority leader ya normal case kopie mo won ma ya police fo bi na se de wi no musimi kwa baba ye no na se na anu odin pa ye na we ma ye normal case de petition akwa koma ye IGP se de ekokwa okoso na se de course won nyina no won hwe no won petition de wa pa ye letter no emu nsem na no odin ankasa na wo ba ha se na se chat ye bisiu wono se sia ne grant ni be na be ye de ma no 200k so na ye mampani dada be de chire ye Dr. BAWUMIA digital manifoni eda hase ya wone ye bokoda na ba omofoni eda hase kama kwa katafe toso miensa na se bokon sensem etokwa ekoso won ma da ne kwetwa bi eze devia da na emu bili no ena wo kasa oda de twedi ampokwa mi asese wayi ne ti ede free sansem ya ekoso ne nya no serese eya asumdua nkasa ebeba eye boko hodom te no kopie mo daily guide ensema wo mo ede eba ye enso no Mami found quite the custodian. Ube payment the custodian and mama say a year incoming a year chief justice ni phone eb da has a year Paul a year baffle ni phone ed da has I say outgoing a year chief justice a year mama ni phone ed da has ya na year petition and I say sama a year man for table ni ten de kwama a man penny JDM sen komunyi ni free one ma e ma ye miami clash ye tafu MP ni penifobia ka home e table asem no de kopie mu ye Supreme Court say omon hwe na asem no mon kan yi gosi ma me chief justice on person mu yini free on de enya ado mo beti ase no na ukopie mu e woye Supreme Court one ma na se nipa miensam mu a ai ene solidina say ensam na se de man pani JDM oye no eya ade eye papa ese obetimi ede agina so ede ye man pani ye chief justice ede free na nipa mienu ene so ka say ade man pani JDM oye ne ni kwanse woye santen we na agina so ama esi ano eye nipa miensa no etimedi nkunu so na ye majority a omutimi di nkunu ma ene dey no eye nsema ye twagu abefo tete few days na okọ ba bia ekonyina ne se ensema eye amafo bebe nan etebri di kopie mu Supreme Court no ene dey abodi nyina ato ego na okọ kratafo etoso miensa wo the custodian na mwaso a na se Dr. BAWUMIA ni foni ene dase no die wo preach peace e wo boko oso besrada so obia foni dadie engu form die ma asundua nkasa emra e wo boko eten na okọ kratafo etoso miensa e wo the custodian ma ubenya binu akinkan ni nyina so ewo honom ewo kratafa etoso miensa na mu de custodian na mu na se afenoma king ni foni eda hase na afen so IGP yohonu ni foni eda hase no se en de ekoso wo demo na anu ai se demonstration course chinchirenche won kramante me Jubilee House no de we police fo ne ono afenoma kesi ye no wonte ase enti wo take petition ten eda koma ye IGP se won hwe na wonya bibi enso enfa hom na enso ahyase to ewo manga na mu wasei na ukopie mo nkramantem a na se ensuo to na se akoda ni bibie wo bo se na yida fa kro ni nyina na me ne ukase na MPC ebo eye dread masters for abaso se o ma ya de papa se ukopie mo ye kole eye ensuo kase e da hono ma na eye penifo na se amanfo mo to wonom no o mo to nra bebre na eduguma ma yesi ne mu osi den so eye dread masters for yetima kwa kotim amemu ada honom kama se eye MPC hodo bebe na ebo ma baso so ma ya de mo nkoso a no mo nya niema pa ne se de be ya eye nsu yira ya na ekoso won kramantem no ni nyina etu ebetimi etwa ewo ho no entena no penso the custodian edeba ye elso edo no mami fanko daily statement na be pie daily statement na se ya man pani ye digital man Dr. BAWUMIA ni foni da hase no se bako nsensema na ekoso o manga na mu asento kwa na ekoso ni nyina no ensema ye ND samani kuoka form nyina se ena Dr. BAWUMIA na ejina no so edama eye bako ntokwa ekoso nyina o se ND samani ko de ntronko a ena so moka edeto ne so ntene uko de daily statement a ubenya binwa kenkani nyina enso so ewo honom na wo ba ya ase hase enso so a nya se man pani JDM ni foni eda hase sanso na miami clash eye tafu MP Everstent ni foni eda hase na afenso ma me chief justice ayeyi na free onom no ni foni eda hase na eye ensema ese petitioner eye miami clash etebri de ko Supreme Court say de man pani JDM de ye chief justice ni kwanso yi ni free onom dismiss no eno se the daily statement SHOWDOWN ede eba ha sei sanso na oba kratafa etoso eye enuma na se ye mampani JDM Abronye de ni si eye akunya so no hye Ghana fo nyina se 120 days no bosha wo share ye ne day ene se obebo se obeka ni nyina de kire se asema wo kan ye no oba ye no oba ba be ye ni nyina eda ma my Ghana enso so wo ha se the daily statesman nsema ena no penso so wo mo ede eba ye enso no mame fanko the new publisher na be pie mo the new publisher nese abayo bi e friend Debra eye Deborah abayo ye nese nche wo ye beka ya ese woni CEO on the First Atlantic Bank no ekoye ekotwempna sese ho sensem sole wo my Ghana mu ase ya abayo etemri ase nko pie mu wo court ananka wo hwe se anka court ebeje e papa na japade nyina ede ama no no ko wi ase na asem ni boti ya abayo ye friend Deborah yi we ma abayo ebetena so ewo ye social media abra no saluma ese wo ye ni tin ese wo to be left and right ankasa ede emane eye ajeje for so motena asem no so we ejina so emaye esi an Nigeria abayo ye ese wo ko nsawe makwa ko 40 days ewo ho no sanso na ya fe normal kensunifoni eda ha se petitioner wo de akwakoma ye IGP se demonstration e course nema bi won ma ekọ ya anko ye ntene the new publisher ensema wo mo enso so ede eba ye enso no mame fa anko daily gist na be pie mo daily gist na say ministers ni bi e na mo buafo ya to force ne nefedi agro e fa ye contract bi a wa approve e ho enten no kwa katafa to so miensa obenya bi no akenkan ni nyina enso so e wo ho no sanso na esi a na esi social media na koye bibie wo ho no sa wo ho no bi test na medo wa ebekwa ko wies na se kidnappers for na eba bechu na ne deliges asema wode ba ne se enam eye internet love na se social media wodo na mepo na me woko Facebook ni dakika ka ho no na gina so maye ma me mo aye chi wo kidnappers for chi wo mo Nigeria no se nam sa internet yi so a na maye chi ma me mo ya na kwa katafa to so me enu na se Supreme Court se ye ma me Chief Justice no dismiss I said petition na se some mo de call no about to agu no ena ko pie mo daily gista se ni nyina enso so e wo ha sei sanso na Dr. BAWUMIA still na o preach for peace say eye boko ho sensema e koso ho nom ne be ma asundwie ankasa e de aba e wo boko mame fa onko eye the daily satellite eno so be pie mo enso so wa hase ya na se ya mia me clash Evercent ni foni eda soro hase ya se eye Chief Justice se o tebra asem ni ko pie mu o court no was he don't take if you don't take my next na wonti ase se eye judge o motena so no asa mambu asem ni ye nto no de obekoso a akoso akopim se ye mame no obenya fa hudie e wo bai Ghana mu ase sanso na wo ba ase ese galamse ati atese o my Ghana mu ase a ese yenso se yensase e o my Ghana mu ase no ena wo kopie mu e wo eye river tano a na ese yenso na se poto na me no ka se de ya chidipa makomaku edumienu a tese na de o mo kwa reminder ese ano ese o mu se nso no do tese na police for ensa so mu a enye fedi agro sanso na ya fe no marking petitioner tese whatever tintin da koma ye ITB se won share demonstration na course no dia police for no de ye no na eni enyan papa yenti no won hwe na wonye bibi enfa ho because of your time ninti mamemfa the Ghanaian publisher enfa sorry so na be pie mo the Ghanaian publisher na se kratafa to so miensa no afi no markings a na se petition no na se oguso ese whatever ni tintin da koma IGP sanso na ye boko ensema na etokwa na ekoso ho no ye ma ye na ye asante hene kura kasa isa ma asundwie di aba no na ye mampani abedi akiri dada de Mr. Degetaman still na worker se obesere se asundwie ankasa ebeba ewo honom na afi so ba si ha si so a na se ye John Dramani Mahama ye se promise o my Ghana ni nyina na say 120 days no no kuro bia ni wa nya hwehwehwehwe na ensusu omti no na ya se watin say your time ni nti no mame for the Ghanaian publisher and fan sorry and krata ni nyina ensusu ba be fans na mekọ no wonim say asante mampon ye nyina nim say ye nana no wa free mu ena kopie mu asante mampoma tesian convention bia ni wonu mebekọ so wo ho no club hodo bebre na so wo ho no ma ya tutum stores bebre na so wo ho no ma ya tutum enti no ena kopie mu asante mampoma e ho no ma ye din a tesian no modi e kire se ya hini bi ato baby adekasie bi ahwere oman Ghana na asa santimite no na ya ase wa mefa we enfan sori edwumadi ni so.
Okay, birthday girl ATP beda wasi ye papa.
Okay.
Ebusia newspaper review no na hana ATP ede asomye no me she dwumadi na se no meka se honorable Opare Enoch awoye NPP communication team member so na kweku baako awono so eye NDC communication team member wo nyina no ebeba be kame ho ewo fidiem hanum se neja de ekoso ewo man Ghana no ya twetwe ho enkomo NDC ene na wo first 120 days no eba ne wie ye de excellency John Dramani Mahama bosha wo she Ghana for no ye sha sa boshe no we di so ana se ondi so NPP for e de ya wo meka wo de sa so na NDC amanyoko no wo so ebeka wo de mehwe so bekoso a ede wadwenkyerɛ afa comment section na senso ede amame embrepa no ade amegebre na meridi comment a kyese ebeba ne nyina no na wona wo mu etie ni wona wo mo hwe ni wona wo mo comment eba no kyese comment ho ne de wokɔ ho no ma kyese ken ho nsensem na eja na me fire efa ho ne no a na enipa bebre na ka ho asem ye beko straight tumini abema mensa aka no wo fidie manum se na eja mama no akwa abashonko emu odin ankasa de aba fidie manum se wo hwe se de ne ema ekọ na 120 days no wo metumi deliver wo mo promise na se fiansa na wo mo ba be ye chen bi de ama Ghana for mini abema mama wakwa aba
mejesu biaba
bibia abako de
nyame gusu hwe se de aban papa basunti no
okay, abai papa da just abai ba kone de
oh na nyoma nkoyi
ina nyoma nkoyi
say the baby na dollar ne da baby na inflation why and the amiado JDM ne honorable to force na dominti and the oman no dollar no e ba fam SDD kosro inflation so e ba fam to sha oman no ye ho e to ye ba ti bompa JD e ba dominti nyomi na be ko fine
nyema nyina be ko fine enu aleja Ghana fo nyina no ye hwehwe but abemu te say compared to then time in opposition and now in abemu te say
won say mini kan fa ntiama etie for metie obo ma Agyebre no mo di om data om de hwe YouTube ni omo mo tie yina no ye ntia om na mbo mo de boa TV station in so yami hira om o hwe NDC amemu and then the year exactly 120 days
yeah
what they compare the previous government would say there is vast difference between the two administrations o share baby NDC before mine free year and the baby idea of mine kwa and that sorry I want to say obi akofo mine sika baby that sorry I want to say basabasa ebi ekoso e wa se obi anwo atono o hwe se de ne nyoma bo kra start eba fam kakra enti obi anwo atono mekai last year December mu last year January kra last year May as at this time now a lot of us were complaining dollar no koya could do somewhere 16 cedis as at May and the dollar no 13.4 nti wo hwa nyoma ekoyi president ni oni ni ministers no mototo nyoma yi ma amamu no ekoso kama as compared to the previous administration.
Okay, John Dramani Mahama ne 120 days ewa bemu mebobo eniema wo kache Ghana for se obeye ene de wetumi aye sofa neja ya toato adwen ewo honum de kai o she Ghana for nyina bose obe within 14 days ya de ache se obe complete list of cabinet ministers wo mo be call parliamentary house onum neja ya approve o and truly 14 days otumi edi ni nyina saso ena Mahama etumi achieve the promise say obehodi national economic dialogue the bed discuss oh my Ghana ye state of the economy and no etumi eba so and establishment of a 7-member national economic dialogue planning committee no penia chese odano krano Dr. Ishmael Yamson and no etumi eba so na ye call the fourth promiser His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ekache Ghana for say 120 days no be no wetumi ediso say obe reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including a year 2020 election killings. The course so Ayawa so West Wagon by election and Tokwa course watch say a man nipa be a shre woman ko bi to say Ahmed Yusuf Swali and a last woman in a shre woman kwan and am pam ebra wo ba ya che so yi new IGP woman akwanya ne say won bie sa case ni nyina so na de ba ye nipa je so wedi fo ni ade nyina no wo fa no enkojina emra nenim saso and our catcher Ghana for say within my first 90 days in office no wo be scrap e-levy COVID levy 10% levy on bet winnings and emission levy ni nyina no ade ye mampeni 120 days no wetumi aye ede amayen Mahama I promise no academic fee policy. And pampa no first year one first year one call public tertiary institutions in ano education minister university colleges and of education and nursing training institutions in ano education minister Babe Kasadi afa ho say one a wo mutua ye na wo musika no ye be found e ama wo mo so and our promises so obey introduce the following social interventions free tertiary education for persons with disabilities and the Ghana Medical Care Trust, Mahama Cares Fund. I think say recently and Olanche last week so and Mahama etumi achieving the promise Obekomen said the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. And also last week and otumi mano possible otumi allocate seed money over 500 million Ghana cedis etumi edura women's development bank sa bank also obehwe na ye maame nom ni ade a wo moton ade nyina wo ho etumi ahare wo no wotumi edi ne boshe so and Olanche following priority job creation programs the Ejumera program, the National Apprenticeship program, and the 1 million coders program. Ye tuche de mano ankasa. Also allocate sika de compensate the compensate flood victims. Ye anoma wamu akosombo ebracha sa akosombo nsuo no eyiri ye ese womon die no meja pade nyina sabre no na ye former president Nadu Danko Akufo-Addo na ewo abem sa so na wona womu oti wona womu obunu east and wona womu Savannah Regency nano waka se oba abema obetimi aye president promise so obe constituency the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic of not more than 60 ministers and pam so within 90 days otumi emano ebe ye possible promises obe come say drafting needed legal amendment and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economy and also no yeguso aye so far wakasa kra dia afa ho dadantinum 24-hour economy ni de yeguso aye wa twenwe mu a ye hwe me ne abema ma yenwura mu say ye na yakasa dia afa ho I think say me do the 14th one yen share with the first one or kan ye say obey elect ni ministers ni ade nyina no or the obey nominate with the nomination within 14 days no na bibia etimi atoto na kwan so no no den na be ka fa
okay nti ye ni country the moment obe stand for election na yebeto abama obia no ya sign social contract with you just say ye no aye apam say ye betua taxes amount sika na ye dey ma o so fa boy ye bra fa ye bibi ma ye provide public goods for us inti president nka say aside say generally wo to abama mi no woni me assign social contract no Mesai wo another 25 special initiatives within 4 months. Mayor President Mayor. And one of them say within 14 days, obe nominating cabinet ministers.
Yeah.
And I remember very well during the campaign time, na MP before ka say oh Mahama oba 4 years pe na 4 years no krampo no first year no oba or be appointing the ministers
honeymoon
near one keka and a president no maybe within 14 days me cabinet ministers nina me appoint and pampa so yes sworn in the following day no appointed the cabinet ministers no nominate and within that 14 days now so parliament ever to approve into that is one thing president promise here will deliver and to say previous years no even though na the convention say you nominate ministers now it take you 2 weeks and sana ya vetu but this time round parliament G2 me say you vetu within that 14 days now you nominate na inti ya more president na ba so say two sa anamono and the next one constituting the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic. And also, okase obeye mampenia within 4 months and that's 120 days no. Na ben obe for me no. Ebeye the leanest abanya omusa. Ampampa so o share abanya etwemu kwa nanado abreso na ministers ana ekuta na ye 120 ministers or my way near the 120 ministers and the ministers are President John Dramani Mahama odibu oman omuye 56 omundru 60 kra o share presidential staffers and the President Mahama or the less than 40 presidential staffers in odi omuye adwuma. Under President Akufo-Addo, we had more than 300 presidential staffers, and you could clearly see, say, Abanwe, Ocean numbers, number of political appointees or presidency. Now, Ocean number of ministers are President Nwedi Nuboshe so say one constitute a very large number of cabinet ministers. Ministries no so from 29 to 21. Internon so yambo president no about so say wedi Nuboshe so. And okaso be establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials. Yeah. And just 2 days ago, in a president establishes a code of conduct for all the political appointees president and one of the things code of conduct say obey minister who say on mine because here na to aba mampeni so no so mbo within say won so bra begina na nem na somye into obey minister and as obey political appointee biara wo ho to help the president say bibi oya mo man ni bia no obe support the president no enti emfa wutumi we minister we CEO we hwan say president na appoint nkwan dia wo mfa wutumi ye de wankasa wo pe president ni san so ka say we minister na say we appoint you don't have any right say obe accept gift be unless say institution crow and as organization now or the gift ebra no unless we ba visit official visit no present gift no at the amount you present gift no so you have to display for everyone to know say this organization and as this institution at the gift to be Abronye. And so position the adults so 25 no president in Kaye most of them were this so if you want more president in here but only acceptable in the sense say investigations into issues like PDS near Wonke County, President Kaso obey institute forensic investigation into these issues. And no, those issues in our aquashe oral cases in into President no establish another committee said they should investigate those cases in our Attorney General no more eka oral cases no President no ebema Attorney General no investigations no into no more President na ba so say 120 days social contract on here signing you know we deliver
and out of the 20 I think what to me at the 17 so
17
and I think say about 3 and no cry no akakakra Emma newie and so far I think it's only 5 promises was share Ghana for and own to me ND so you bet me I continue mama
nti more share there to say there what kind na out of 100 me rate president I rating out of between 85 and 90 but obi samia to be objective no me man be 85 because
70
I didn't know 70
say boshene bi wo hono ma e bit say 24-hour economy eye ade a wogina so pant no so far checking said the system is no you senka 24-hour economy by now ne de bibia de na akwemu a ya sha ase gidigidi but when that can wasem we launch we be atumu institutions that we are interested say we be implement 24-hour economy no oba na ubehu na sika bia we ma locate sika kra into cofex that sheda nye bibia but still na I am going to give the president 70%.
Minaba, you see the promise of president one can say within 120 days no you best start 24-hour economy no.
Okay,
that's not what the president said. The president only said, "Say within my 120 days, I will commence drafting needed legal amendments and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president."
Yeah.
And you know, Osha, Ebra, finance minister, parliament co-presenting the budget and now the 24-hour economy so or can one the budget and we have the 24-hour economy secretariat, our presidents one more. They also sent a bill to parliament. And for the legal implementation, the president has done it. And I think the president has kept his promise. One can say within 120 days, no, you best start 24-hour economy.
But Okache Ghana for say within 90 days, say oba a year a tour a da vehicle so any idea but no there's unyamfa and sankai.
On the fact where you taxes need everyone.
Maybe on vehicles the dear pacho yeah research here papa on vehicles within my first 90 days the kind in office I would review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes on farm and sankai.
President no okay 4 main taxes about be year free one.
And this is part of in my first 90 days. We're quite about 90 days so. But I don't know ye and to make 70% you should understand.
Some of the taxes no, they are component taxes.
Okay.
And your main tax to say bia you levy a main tax. Or share COVID levy a component tax share VAT no. That is why the president said say finance minister said say answer ne be COVID levy free on unless say reforms or VAT in one send it me COVID free on. So some of these taxes are component taxes and I've not really gone through the budget and anyway. Into me can say we free on one. I say okay.
And also about a forensic audit at the banks are. A collapse say near the Nina can 120 days and also
but your president said this abortion also
only on this okay.
I remember Honorable Isaac Adongo on GH1 TV. He said sir they are going to sit down concerning collapse bank now. President Akufo-Addo Omuno banks are here say government and some support that they come back. No government is going to do that. If the bank be on more na SSA good and power, government is not going to do anything about it because they deserve it. But the ones are na incommodate me survive, but government they are going to help them. So government has already established a committee to undertake that particular initiative. But government has done that.
From my sources here, or said the president is also yet to institute enquiries and or forensic audits into the following matters of public interest: the collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a support cost of 25 billion Ghana cedis, illegal printing of money, the $58 million National Cathedral scandal, illegal and inflated single-sourced contract, COVID-19 expenditure scandal, PDS, Agyapong, SML, ambulance spare parts deal, 13th African Games, Skytrain, Polugu Dam, mathematics sets, Galamsey fraud. He is yet to do it, but he hasn't.
Me never overcome me catch say some of the cases no promising be on more one, but who come more a 13 promise in the shame.
You say no, we be saying yeah, what can or see in my 120 days. This is
me never make a saba. Oh, share just one promise, but who come about 13 promises in the share one animal. Into where the back was one, I say. Oh, only back was in the make say, and no be on my share ora each cases. Do you understand? A bit is a mathematical set. PDS, a bit is a Palugudam, ne Sky Train Young County in a share oral cases. And if you listen to the Attorney General recently, Omar press briefing now, he talked about the mathematical set issue, National Cathedral issue. Okasha said, within May, number prosecuted those who are responsible for that. If I'm lying, you can tell me.
So within May, but it still stands, he hasn't. He is yet to waka, but 1 year, Canada waka. But he said, Obe puti action, and on a Ghana for years.
Attorney General said, on fire issue and court only evidence. So he would rather do the investigations after gathering all the evidences, then he will go and prosecute.
So that is what he has done it, but now he is yet to do it.
Yes, the investigation is ongoing.
But he hasn't fulfilled the promise
so
yet.
We can't give a timeline for investigations.
Okay.
Do you understand? It can even take 2 years for the investigation to conclude. Until Yema Attorney General no investigations. So we can't say the president just because the investigations has not concluded. Since our investigation has started, the president now started, but on we a bit I can say on we but was started. So yemfa na basobody emano.
Abasobody yeah the man. Oh, but some can say so far the John Dramani Mahama we knew some years ago, and the John Dramani Mahama we are seeing today is a different person altogether. For me to even sit here and say some man is 70% from 120 days.
17 they mentioned to me. Also man by 90.
Now Omar is Omar 80 something.
Osha previous government Nanado Abreso. You remember 2017 6 March no more lunch BBI friend Ghana Beyond Aid.
Yeah.
That time all lunch Ghana Beyond Aid, you know. Na Ghana yeka equity na 122 billion Ghana cedis. At the end of 8 years. Last year offer abemu na yeka and then 647 billion Ghana cedis. Enti President Mahama onye obia obedi obeshebo na own this so. And minim say on kuwieti say Nanado. Nanado, you see the code of conduct President Mahama Alanchino, President Akufo-Addo the same thing. But the issue is that President Akufo-Addo Alanchi code of conduct in the same year and the cash for seats President cash for seats one allow my investigations and go through and clear Alanche Martin from anything when even investigations has not concluded and so President Mahama enters and he also said, sir, appointee bia when the code of conduct no you be sakeno you be dismiss no onwan say initially we di kan say we in a legacy term 4 years yake in legacy term so wo a ubedi no agro bia no onfa won chew obeyi wadi obokro no a you be investigate you be chiwatum so penasmo won penasmo enfa and clearly Abronye launch code of conduct no wo hwe mini enkrofobia appointees in January they were not happy with the president, but that is him on your be also so chronosem. So I remember in his first term on rank senior appointees you blame so they are involved in some corrupt activities no osaki omu. I remember one national service director yes again because of these ghost name issues. I remember on rank senior appointee back also another premu petition on also osaki omu. So President Yobia washable Yobedi, even though 25 promises no ndini now so but majority of them were this until Yamona Baso.
Okay, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Eka say a year appointees in Nano they should declare their assets latest by 31st of March 2025. Any probably be na in this so I just say or say one woman this no 1 months.
Yeah, correction.
Okay.
Nipa kakra bi endi so. Ye ka se nipa bebe na endi so a.
Inti memfa na kakra bi. Okay. And the nipa kakra bi na wo mendi so no. Or say 3 months salary enya de a or de ebe mo. What you take on that too?
Member president na ba so na what this particular thing na why. Because you see, if you become a leader, you need to be responsible.
Sure.
If say the ejuma sha wonsa na se pese obeya, then you are not ready for the leadership position yedi ama ono. President can say why you bo within your appointment before 31st March biano. Make sure you declare your assets. Where Japadi or before taking office go to the Auditor General, declare your assets before 31st March. Some of the appointees, for whatever excuses are on, we don't care about excuses. This 4 years now can end this year return to government to the media grow. We don't want any excuses. Yes. Enti yen take any excuses. Into omo failing some declare on asset whether we review whether you were on assignment to you president say since when declare asset before the deadline with 3 months salary ye differ equal Ghana Medical Trust Fund no said the friend of Mahama no e cook me and all the ministers whether we pay obunju so president no edife o salary ne kugum so minister bi an appointee bi wona say bia onye okay the best thing your salary be you vacate the officer ye dey ama no and so president no why dey say we gina ne nan so now we're disciplining some of the appointees someone declare on one set. You see, our constitution makes it clear. Ube take up public officer, you need to declare your asset. Okay. Said ye beya ye be say oba sa position no enyama odi ba any free one nyama odi kuni so that if in case of any wrongdoing in Biana we can do the investigations and do it well. And I even think declaration of asset in Krampo is not enough. There should also be something like lifestyle audit. As time goes on, no, said the obey, I can say we take your portfolio, no. You said you city. As time goes on, we should, study and also examine how you live your life as a public servant. So we are minister, so we are CEO, whatever whoever you are, no, we have to make sure we do or perform a lifestyle audit of every appointee. And so, young president, no, Abaso say. Omo failing somebody clear on asset no waka sure said they are 3 months salary no they should defer to the Mahama Care Fund. And not only that, all the appointees in some 1 year 1 month salary so equal into Mahama Care Trust Fund no and also I think President Noya there and all the ministers they all agree. So far we've not gotten one minister Krobeka say and as appointee Robeka say on the president Niaji. So
for instance their genuine salary was womunya no omunsanka. Okay.
Salary among said the into omokai. Appointees na into omokai president cry into an kai. Intino one sakra and can work as a one kasa wo de ko. Ye be directing straight ekogu Mahama Care Trust Fund no. Sabi Ghana say nkrofo anwotrim. And Crofonso Ayari, Crofo Hiam Wankasankasa, and Wankasa crowd with you, Cranabia, Cacrabons Manual donated to the Mahama Care Trust Fund.
Upon resources are you winning age, you know.
Oh, resources in the air, but the issue is that resources I won't crampono, and for so say any year film. Enter President has started BBC. We want to nationalize all our natural resources. So mining saying take care of those natural resources and then mine it. Niyang saying ya some fast work. It be to say yeah gold mineral resources here. Yeah mining at the end of the day. Now we come the benefit. We are getting just 10%. Offshore oil revenue. We get less than 30% from oil revenues, no, and it's something bad. But President has started BB say nationalize mineral resources. So I hope the president no obetu na mona washe ayehu enyomayi.
Okay, so would you agree with the president say or decide say any pack akra na woman declare one more assets no be dismiss one more?
Yes. To say them di kan no say who fail say obey what the president has said, then it means you are not a responsible leader. Okay. You are not ready to serve, so you need to be dismissed. See, unya be leader pe wajia to say or how more et say you are going to serve us. Say umpel adekona wo yen say ebeboa wo emwa wo. Say wo shana den emwa, you just have to vacate the office. Let someone else why ready to come and serve. And I don't know what will prevent you say you don't want to declare your assets. Ejapadia o wono ade ube declare obi be attack you and I said no.
But to cry Ejapadia for na do before di atoso.
You see, the thing is that when Sanyomena will declare who declare enter the whole country. You are going to the Auditor General's office to declare your assets. And your mammy when ye we ebia bushia de enya media me o cast say me was assisting with fear say that is all we are asking from them. Do you understand? And that is what the president is asking from every appointee. And I believe all the appointees are also going to do it because president appointments are why last week in Betna Kai the appointments are why everyone qualifies and everyone is ready to serve.
And it's one of the best things I mean Mebo His Excellency John Dramani Abasuye papa ewo hono no because emprepi yatete one from him the amount of salary they take yatete one from him the bribes the corruptions that goes on obebeba be mu 4 years within 4 years when the ba ho so no na chesane cars be 18 ni fear will be seen sasia will be torn near there.
This things that you are talking about, we saw some in the previous government.
Yeah.
Obia oba ebemu na ye obisa na cars do or cry in room and then nipa no wenya or hotels be 5.
A bit to say okuja tablo kwa DSA obia wo say oye printing na from nowhere.
You see okuja tablo kwa
DSA they will be defending.
No mean defending.
Who defend?
You see the thing is that say why be born here on no opposition say obia o man sika bia and as of our manager pade bia abaya net so no they had every right to do the investigation process.
Serious.
Not because they were not serious. Do you think so? Guje to Ablakwa so ye be born here. In Konwan Kasabe channel say he's coming to expose the government.
Politicians will keep taking us for granted until
no, you see, on no your position leader, and no quita ministerial position. Yeah, the only thing you can do, I can say, you have President Akufo-Addo Yadebia friend right to information. You can write to them, request for every information on properties. If you could not do that, you can't sit somewhere and that way for them no can say no bokrono because obey MP no nishi no your printing session. As a matter of fact, we DMP for how many years? I think the 16 years now come into like the lawyer. The lawyer and apart from so when a Juma kakran so so you can't really question him because on for manager there is no evidence anywhere say okuje to ablakwa akofa BBC. But here is the case: appointees of the previous government, some of them have investigation have shown say they really stole from the country. They stole from our state coffers, and a typical example Yera Eduboy to say the Attorney General Edin Asem and our remand no Edin Wasem court. So ye more president number so na ye hope say the appointees so far yentis appointee bia involving in no scandal bia mu corruption activity bia mu. We are hoping say the same thing will continue until the 4 years is over. Okay. So that is what we are hoping for.
Okay, your next topic for discussion say government babe reverse public universities are nanado danko Akufo-Addo babe mu obesesa womudi nia ade nyina. Do you think it is something bebuana because your education minister Honorable Idris Yarina Enedia to but do you think it's something bebuana?
Mineba ebebuanka sankasa. If the previous government saw the need, say, they have to change the names of those existing institutions, then there is the need for the current government to also look into it. Na omwa edin esese ye maintaining names no. Omwa edin ensese ye nsesai wum no say ye nsesai wum. We do it. And the thing is that when wabetna abemu for 8 years when see schools ni bi obiesi no e na o ba abemu betu to din na o share some of the names in so the two I can say institutions in so ya na esre yen hwe bibi ti say University of Energy and Natural Resources ewo Sunyane President Akufo-Addo SSA Eko Kofi Abrefa Buzia University of Energy and Natural Resources. Adentina ewo say university, see that university no be o see that university President Mills and President Mahama ewo I think 2011 and President Mills and President Mahama establish UNE. Now obie as university onuna sabi ono onim ya say odi omo ne party ni mu edin bi ebeto so wo na oba besesa ne say wo de buzi edin eba beto so buzi a Ruben o play here even Sunyane no e kan say bono no ofin kra no Ruben and o play one.
He was the late prime minister
for what?
He was the late prime minister of the Second Republic.
And so what?
And he is a son of the soil. And
there is no basis.
Okay.
In fact, the son of the soil. Young Crawford baby omu free bono. No more chiefs or powerful chiefs. So I didn't think those chiefs be the infant.
He saw the need to just hana him.
And you see, Buzia was one of the people they were against Kwame Nkrumah. You to Kwame Nkrumah fi abemu ebe equate Kwame Nkrumah na Buzia played a major role. Obia or come stage coup against Kwame Nkrumah. We can't allow for that person's name to be on one of I can say universities. My way. Buzia we should, I think, eliminate his name from our history books. I think he doesn't deserve. Aside that, Oba Winneba, University of Education Winneba, Omo branch Kumasi. President Ebesisanu Etwinidi Akintin Apiaminka University and Skills University of Skills and Entrepreneur Development. What? Why? I didn't hear. I didn't hear. You see, that school was established in 1992, right?
Yes.
1992, Rollins Abronye established it. PNDC Loan established that particular institution. Now, Obio Institute, that university, no. Seven Kayemfa didn't crown found to so. Kayemfa sign Nippon cried the infant to so. But I don't really have a problem with that. Or a whole technical university, and so I don't really have a problem with that. But my biggest problem has to do with names or the two UNESCO, busy at the end. And then UMAT or Besesano, UMAT, or they call George Grant University of Mines and Technology. George Grant University of Mines and Technology. So Obekai George Grant UGCC. No first president. So Obekai UGCC. Abreso no first president. And UGCC omo biggest opposition na CPP ana Nkrumah na president you can say leader. And in the 1951 elections no UCC and we elections no me say UCC CPP and we elections no. And in 1954 another elections because now UGCC party na enko they had to collapse that one and they joined another party from United the UP party. And so George Grant also doesn't deserve say able to UMAT. So and aside that, UMAT now for my friend in KNUST School of Mines. Now affiliated to KNUST, friend in KNUST School of Mines. And later, Ebesesanu 2004 President Kufuor Ebesesanu call University of Mines and Technology. Now, Wabe President whose university now went CB. Obi then away sinu so Waba Besesadi na Kufo Obi dia Ababeto so. Ya me kra na eden as say once sani na oja bi man. And uko UDS nso UDS campus ewo Upper West region. And also osesa din edeko Simon dear Don said the Dambo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies. I don't know why na President Akufo-Addo na yes say university bia or can say campus or different region no akɔse sadi no aye na another university. I know reasons here na or yes sir. If for any reason at all, yemfa no mpo nchen names or the titles no, some of them really didn't deserve. This man we are talking about, the Simon Dambono, he was a teacher and no say member of parliament. The legislative assembly in 1954. You see, now he belonged to the Northern People Party, the NPP at the time. Good Coast. Later, when Kwame Nkrumah collapsed all the ethnic aligned political parties, he also joined the UP party, and this man we are talking about, was also like tracing the lineage. Now he's affiliated to the UP party, where NPP party is also coming from. Do you understand? The NPP party is coming from the UP line. And you want to mean by renaming universities, now mefa wo party in Crawford and as a wo party legends needing environment to universities. So when you are not the one who established these universities and as these campuses, you can't really do that. For anything at all, or establish universities, renaming. Na sabi sa wo crowd be renaming crampo na omo establish can say universities nka formudi bi toto so the late president JJ Rawlings nka at least fani din ba kokra to one of these universities so one year bi wakofa unkro for mu ye UP for din the aba beto to say we should allow those names to remain. No, that thing is not going to happen.
Who ne say ono ne nkrofo a ope wo mo no na wasesa edin ni dis nkrofo ni mbom din. President
Akufo-Addo was doing everything possible say nkrofo bia history did not really regard them no obema ye die omudin ba be share history books mu. Do you understand? Obi ti say buzia mu say kind history, you won't really get enough about them. He was trying to do everything possible, say he will incorporate those people into our history books.
Okay.
You understand? And he was doing everything possible, say, or best sidelining the effort of Kwame Nkrumah in the attainment of independence for Ghana. That is why even the founders they know Osesano or the founders. Do you understand? And so I think it is not right. It is not right, say, yes, and I'm happy say minister no say they will reconsider some of the names. It didn't mean to say if remember the two whole technical university Sudie. I think he deserves. Mm-hmm. He gave us the national anthem, if remember, and he did the whole technical university so is not anything bad. But say the Simon then the Dean Beto so work of CK Tendan. Also from UP line or before the diabetes 2 years na Vrongo campus so there. No, it is not acceptable.
So you would agree with the president say Oka say and I say yeah education minister say Oka say enkrofo na womo universities na narodan Akufo-Addo ebe enemi ye nyina no Oka say osasa enkrofo ni nyina edin aja say deda so nyina wo yidi ni nyina efri so na we rename na. You would agree perfectly say bonibia enimu ntino bo no more piafo they should continue
bonibia enimu. And the minister was clear omo betna say president nin sorry I say Mrs. Sasa Dini na oso ombetna say na edini bia esese ye ma edini da so no ye beja medina da so ye esese da so no ye beyi every so ebi ti say you mati dia akofa George Grant dia to say ebi ti say
em say no dey hear pa because what boss hear
me ankasa ene Simon die they don't deserve. They don't deserve. Me say yes, I will young Simon. Then I don't know him. The only thing I know him, and say during that time, I contested on the ticket of Northern People's Party. He became a member of Parliament. That is the only history about him. Aside that, we don't know anything again about him. And so, why do you leave Nkrofo play major role? Ghana independence, someone like Bedema, someone like Kojobo Siyomuni, those people are there. You could have named them these institutions after them. But we just uncrophony in a one Nakofa or UP line, so now and it is unacceptable. So I agree completely with the minister and the president at large.
Okay, yebusia say efiansa na wa join ye live ewo Kumasi online TV ye twetwe enkomo ede afa on my Ghana hona na redan Kufuado the universities are onemi ye na education minister and his excellency John Dramani Mahama say ede a wade tutu so ne bi hono ma ade a wo mo be reverse sade nyina so na ye man penny first 120 days in office the promises are was share Ghana for the wetumi edi so any ministers were elected which said they should declare their assets latest by 31st of March 2025. One woman to me and declare one more assets in Yano. What they had to just say say 1 more 3 months salary. Womansa enka or transfers our salary nano ede akọ Mahama care nipa amoten enka no eye kwekuba ko ye NDC communication team member Sabia Menamoka say honorable Opari Enoka wono so eye NPP communication team member oba be kamensa e wo fidie hanum se a eye no e ba betwa enkomo no so minu abema Bibia boko na ko fa daro ma na nso e nyame ado me nso me ho ye we de memre ni nti na think I just say ye bonu to so we di kan a na adwin we di kan akasa dadante no yen share John Dramani Mahama ne 120 days in office Bosha was share ye the way to me aye and also ministers Oka said they should declare their assets and sana before the 31st of March, one woman to me and declare one more assets in within 5 minutes. Measure so be bonnet of Fadia Mammy. Okay. And that was Nedika so Yancha Honorable Akwabna Boateng, MP for Juso constituency. Okay. Afei Honorable Joseph Boateng, offense North constituency, and Chebia Mobeti and Kawaho. The America say your president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the 120 days this social contract or share bono, yeah, Makana say your money percentage, a man bear 25%. Oh, by money 25. Yes, and yes, say your man Nakasakra man 25%. Okay. Because Saint American say a Boshan or share say Oba power within some 120 days, never be how back year through. But they who say ne policies ye no e bia ni wa me fa ne say ubehu say actively na ye adwuma say u make appointment of certain individuals on policies that were making and implementation. But what because the president talked about launching of accelerated export development council. Yeah, no beboa a promoting export. Oh my God, still now we are still having and making any impact via in the society and making any impact via our mind or kasafa on say about pay taxes be free or one more kofa agriculture near my bania jaje minuaba we be sha o mampeni adodan kwa kufuado mampeni da Abronye was we oh yes animal nyina o yi taxes are da equiaye for equipment and say logistics are the ba mining ebe bom equiadwuma koso no o mampeni be ye mu adwuma na adodan kwa kufuado yi taxes free so under the one district one factory policy program na o mampeni de ba enti se yenuanom be ka kire se o 120 days o madi hu dwuma na enye no kre de na o mudidi ye campaign chigidigidi pa na edi bo campaign de wuru tabra no mo ba na ye free bibi 24-hour economy minu nyina be di adanse ye se eno na ye omu main messenger na om de ma Ghanaian people omu ma Ghana 40 ase se adwuma bia ye adwuma kofi be kobi abena beba ya beko minua ba minu betena ha ene bibi se ekoso na se nkoso bibi asa ni wo so eti wonom messenger de bia kan na ya atro ne dada anko asem no mo de ba ye ka bibi fa ho se o mampani ba ye de ye friend say sanctions bia betoto ministers are one want me amfa womo assets ene omo yambe daddy ye punish omo yes omo ko donate omo sika bi omo won fa nko omo 3 months salary en fa nko Mahama care me who and it's just a gimmick politics that they are trying to do because ye nyina be dia dance say before say
ye mau appointment no me aba wonim say asa declaration no enye say ebia ye opa na wompe o ewo mrem ewo Ghana mamrem say ye hwe ye constitution ni mu a article 286 clause 1 no chapter 24 of the 1992 constitution ama ye hu say the code of conduct dibema all government appointees ewo hodada and sakra na wo beja to mizo be so be ye oswafo anaze o take ministerial appointment bi no who declare wo asset wo nyema bi a wo bia no who can declare na who free abemu so a wo declare se wo obi a wotwa 8 years wa abemu so a anase bia wotwa 4 years a o 10 bia be so a wo be declare wo asset but enemi nu nyina be dia dance say ministers a womu fairly here so be declare womu asset no o mampani yen sanhye womu a o se munko donate musika no fankoto ono no photofo bi a wa create ono anankasa trust fund bi a wa create emu na o se yemfa esika sankotum enye sanction enye punishment rebranding of corruption sana mekano yeah that's how I'll put it but ebie so say na menua be maka say aban ba schools ahodo a odini no be rename na emfa nkosin no menua that do me new mienu nyina be dia dance say enya no na hia ye Ghana education system say am no kase mo say mo de your friend say free education for omo ambesom ko tertiary omo enko no mo kodi hudwuma menua womo kase ne omo de education free tertiary student no these are the same people who were telling President Akufo-Addo brand omo opposition say if they have a certain a certain amount of money so on fast can go education da
but so buy a free senior high school is still going on
free education is still going on which is telling us that one wonim pa say enuma hodo na his excellency na nado danko Akufo-Addo ene Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ene MPP aban bra no mo abemu no mo ye na eye nyema e be bo ma Ghana koso na nam se no mo pa abemu abenti entroning kontompo semen da sem kwa na wo mekeka e de dada o manfo na dwen ene omo kan de kode ba ko a omo ba ya omo se na enya ene omo twem they continue it National Entrepreneurship Innovation Policy na nando danko Akufo-Addo de bai sana mo se mo kaseti ase enye abani creative creative loot and share and then ma make appointment to those sectors mo ko ya masan pam workers e wo kura say frozo mo go fie. Do you understand? Eti sesia no yentena ho ma wo mo mbe dada ya say bi we are going to put them on their toes and some mo keka fine people about ntura mu twa on say ne nyina Ghana fo hu say nkontompo sem na moka na mo pa ba mu keke na aba ene sama ba mo ba yi nyama Akufo-Addo yeye na mo guso amoto aso amosan eye instead of saying ka mo bebo aba na baso ne say nanado danko Akufo-Addo no MPP aba in fact mo abo adwuma na eye power na nanka ye power banti na etwantro they need to even apologize to the Ghanaian people say ni ye power keke na aba onya bibia the aban ye bia ye niema aboa mo man Ghana afa no ntoma pafra amatimamfo no wan ha wo mu na so ye nuanom na ye so ye pese ba ni ye ba ba mu bi ye so ye bedi dani bi eni nti na ye twetwa ntro to MPP for so mesre sen ka menue before sen ka be pon kra ko bedi kan part apa Ghana fo nyina atwo ansa na adwumadi kra ba na wiye
what meeting okay yenremu Mahama sisi amenemo kase wa launch ye code of conduct the ama appointees ni nyina eno so den na beka dia fam
mimi aba so dem di kan code of conduct e wo hodada e wo Ghana mamrem dada me kire wo say ofa Ghana constitution chapter 24 article 286 clause 1 ema yehu the code of conduct for public officers enti nyasa o mampani na be launch bibi fufuro bia o emane mam fa we be dada ye say ya ye nimra ni mu na ye ti ase no enim say code of conduct ye o mampani kan wan asemi e yade wo ho dada it is found within the constitution.
You being an NPP member idea e wo honom dada I would agree with it sure. But oye mampani and an appointees why elected woman no e was say otumi ema wo mu hu waban eba so waban ba ye ministers ye hwe kasa bia na ehunte ni ade ana wo mo kasa ereche amanfo so are you going to tell me say some of the ministers are na ewo MPP aban mu no code of conduct ni wo man hwemu ye ya na say den
menua ba say the workers code of conduct no ye wo school mu kra no ko school de mragu ho a ebi wo ho a wo fomra no na punishment say ye the amount yes sir ye wo ha na code of conduct say the wo kan asem say wo ho dada aban mpanimfo anu omu wo ho na nado danko abreso wo yi wo mu ebi sorry ti ebi endi mra no so me patro ye ni ha na ye yi minister of energy edi Boachi Agyapong by his excellency na nado danko Akufo-Addo oyi as minister anche bia no yi na di code of conduct na ye wo no endi so oyi na di opamono but who dia wo ba
and dia na nkrofo e wo so oyi wo mu didi no mo do hwe ye papa
me ba na ye che se wo ye dia die ni behu ne die ye chewa mra no bedi se sia miti hei me ko wia me ma me enam nkwan a waye me ko yi mu na mwe na se nam no wa beto me a se ontimi ncheme kromfo ne dia che na na anye sa enti minister of energy Boachi Agyapong di okoye ye a ye yi ne di
a code of conduct.
Code of conduct, no. Ye pamono.
Okay, so would you agree with it? Say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for now no. Or per se or ya neka wo my dream say me dear. Me code of conduct a good way. Who ye least mistake? Either I will suspend you and I say me you ready.
And then also suspend you or more failure to declare their assets. As of 30.
Say nothing about punish. Na ube ye juma whole 3 months ne wo salary yan farm out. I asem ketwa.
Na minister no wo ho no. Na yese ne salary o. Allowances so e. Do you know the allowance they take as ministers? Have you checked that? Ne allowance kra no month ne so no na so chain aketua. Enti en kan coat kra na back kan singlet. Enti anya punishment.
So the hu ni say
me hu ni say it's just a gimmick respond be na on bezo moye
na me ne de no de me bo Mahama ba so so ya de
me nua ba me chewa de o man mu ha President Akufo-Addo Dubai during COVID-19 time several ministers donated their money to COVID-19 trust fund nje no na punishment ana anya punishment anya services no more service or more dey more man no we a leader you serve the people we a leader pempi no wo unta wo de utu hu che Mama kanisa so what you say eje yetu wan che bi na omo ye nya punishment o enya punishment bia say ke punishment say sika ya wo kan ye sa ne coin ye de coin transferred that is named after the president
oh that is to help people who really need medical attention
mo say ke ye pe abanya obaye wa boama medical attention anya fapem papa say ke o say ke maintain MPP government President Mahama Akufo-Addo be free so Mahama do BAWUMIA but oye ni ha na ukọ dialysis oye ni free mo a mukọ ayaresabia koja NHIS program no ya de e cover sanima ni nyina dada aban twa sika to wo a special funder na e fund sanima ni nyina enti ube ka tell me say who donation na obe make no sa 4 months donation no na ebe take eno na ebe take care of ama for ebe check your my reside any enkotompo entrosem na yenuanom person dada
okay kweku my member onso wo no Mahama launches code of conduct
I've already spoken about that topic and so I want to just clarify certain things that he said
okay
he said that say President Eka said they should direct their 3-month salary into the Mahama Care Fund constitute an act of corruption. And I believe he's a student. I want him to explain to us how donating your salary into a fund constitutes corruption. I want to give my time to him to explain how that constitutes an act of corruption.
Very good. If donating your fund does not constitute corruption, then why were they in opposition telling the MPP government of being corrupt, where some of our ministers, where some of our MPs were donating an amount of money, where we were taking some funds from the Ghanaian people to help build the National Cathedral? You understand? I'm coming. Let me not end there.
All right.
We also had this issue when the COVID-19 came. Some of our ministers, government appointees were donating to COVID-19 trust fund. These same people told the people of Ghana.
So is it because they told you people that is why you're also saying that?
No. That's not why we are even saying that at all. But I just want you to know that. Sir, trust fund na ewo ho no. Say even if you say ne purpose no kra no ayekoye no ewo ho a anka we will be okay with it. But here's the case whereby purpose na buy create special fund na ewa ba mu na e take effect dada. Do you understand? So if you come and tell me
he is not answering the question I asked him. You haven't answered the question I asked him. Is it
rebranding of corruption? I answered it.
Is it? Let me tell you something.
How is that adding to say a rebranding of corruption?
Let me tell you something. The president did not say that when they like or if they like, they should donate those amounts into the coffers. It is mandatory. Whether you like it or not, your 3-month salary is going into the Mahama Care Fund. How does that constitute an act of corruption? And you are telling me about COVID-19.
No, I'm not saying about COVID-19. It's corruption.
You are talking about
to sanction the person. Before the president even appointed them, he told us.
What is a sanction? If we ask you a sanction, what?
Punishment.
Punishment.
So I don't know why
you are not going to get your 3-month salary.
With somebody's
instead of you,
the person is supposed to feel it.
Listen.
But here's the case whereby the punishments are given to the person. The person's not going to feel anything.
Are you the one speaking for the person that is not going to feel anything?
Right now, sitting here, if you tell me that I should donate my
those who are listening to you
know that at the end of the month,
those who are listening to you,
that 3-month salary we are talking about will not affect me. What does it make it a punishment?
Wait, the fact that it's not going to affect you doesn't mean it will not affect someone.
Do you know that?
You clearly said.
Dentia boys case be twa adwuma no bejai go wa ketua eno standard of living no say ama waso be ye but no amba na so nye she.
Why are you speaking for them?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
The president said, "Sir, those who were appointed before 31st March were supposed to declare their assets before that deadline. They failed, and the president is saying the sanction for that failure is that your 3-month salary, you are not going to get it. It is going to be directed into the Mahama Care Fund." And as an educated person like me, I don't know how that constitutes an act of corruption. And I asked the question, we are talking about COVID-19 fund and National Cathedral. Wait. Relax. I'm talking. When you speak, I didn't interrupt.
All right.
National Cathedral now. National Cathedral initially, the president ne pledge.
Yeah.
Or call parliament, or catch a parliament say, Onangsa and a pledge, my uncle Ponto, Onangsa, a coin of Faso being scared, in Oberfaso. We ended up taking money from individual Ghanaians. We did not say that is an act of corruption. But then those monies that were taken from Ghanaians, they were not able to account for those monies.
What's funny?
And at the end of the day, the National Cathedral was it even there?
Yes.
All right.
That is the corruption we are talking about. The COVID expenditure that you are talking about, the COVID funds that you are talking about. As at now, the Auditor General report 2022, it revealed that you mismanage the COVID funds.
Asking what?
You are asking me.
I'm coming.
Wait. Even the information ministry were taking allowances. They were taking allowances from the COVID-19 funds.
Were we not in this country?
That is an act of corruption.
No, in this
my president asking you to donate your funds into the Mahama Care. How does that constitute an act of corruption? Please, people are listening to us. We are educating the public.
Answer me.
We are educating the public.
Now the man 40 fee. Now buying that should share one car. I buy more free electricity, fuel water.
That is not what we are talking. The free electricity and free water you are talking about, they later came back, taxed us.
They taxed us.
Have you forgotten?
What was the percentage?
You are
Is it compared to what you have brought to the people of Ghana?
Then
14%.
14% what?
Electricity tariff 14%.
Please, have you read? Wait.
IMF.
Have you read the IMF contract? I mean the agreement with IMF.
One of the things I have realized is that, do you know something? I think Ghana Agyapong higher ya Emma or my Ghana yen to me quenim politics. Nanti America san say aban BTH who say idea boni. NDC for condemn a lot of things knowing very well say IMF one share when we diegu akwemu. Something like taxes are not MPP aban no homogeno. Nini na no na IMF for na egu akwemu. So NDC government condemned the NPP for even going to IMF and then taxing Ghanaians, knowing very well say enye na nado ne pe anenye NPP aban ne pe say or this taxes ni be bu Ghana for kon
ne mom dey
na mom no IMF for hihye ya wo mu di egu akwam wo say wo ka electric
and then the question comes
wo be ka say IMF
wait you said na nado na enye ne pe say of the taxes be bu ekom na IMF ne bu man
IMF ready
ebu mine
say any IMF ne bu man
why you now speaking the 40%?
Wait, that is where I'm coming.
Electricity tariff.
IMF what one now for IMF on IMF they will come and tell you say tax your people this amount. You see, when you signed an agreement with IMF, they told you say every quarter you have to increase electricity and water tariff. Is it not true?
No,
is it not in the IMF agreement? I'm asking you.
E-levy we brought. That we didn't want Ghanaians to go to IMF. That you people condemn.
E-levy was not part of the IMF agreement. E-levy was not part of the IMF agreement.
Let me tell you something. Do you know why the E-levy was there? The E-levy was there simply because revenue money is generating. Not a short. And so say yeah, for crime be so. Now generating.
Wait. So now let me expose him here. You are saying. Wait.
You see 14%.
You see the 14%. It is not government that is bringing it.
It's not government.
It is your agreement. Even if NDC leaves government now. And NPP comes, the 14%.
Because NPP refused to do it.
They did
it in what way?
Wait.
No,
take your phone. You have the right. Go on Google. Last year.
It's not about last year.
No.
It's last year they increased 14%.
Last year, I think 2022 or 2023, they increased electricity tariff 23%.
Hey,
take your phone and Google.
Are you not in Ghana?
No, take your phone and Google.
No, do you think the people
of... That's what I'm saying. You should take your phone and Google.
We are all in this country. May I pay?
The IMF agreement.
I pay bills.
No, wait.
I pay bills.
Who signed the IMF agreement?
I pay bills.
You signed the IMF agreement.
No, signing IMF agreement. They did not even let us brought that kind of 14% tariffs on electricity.
Last year, how many percentage was brought?
Last year,
yes.
Even if there
wait. Last year, how many percentage
we
was
didn't
brought?
Bring any percentage on electricity tariffs. What we are talking about right now.
You see, we are. No, wait. I'm going to expose you.
We are talking about.
You said, wait. I'm going to expose you.
The people of Ghana are not in. That's why
I'm going to expose you. I'm going to expose you.
Even if we.
I'm sure you've googled, right?
Even if we.
No, just what about Google, right?
Say the tariffs buyer. The tariffs buyer. Ntina ye tutia. Say the tariffs buyer. You see, people are listening to us. You see, people are listening to us. Tell me that. What time no?
People are listening to us. Let's educate the public. Let's educate the public.
You were supposed to do that when you were at opposition.
You see, what did you get? No, I want you to say what did you get?
No. You were supposed to do it at opposition. You were supposed to tell the Ghanaian people that
what
tariffs are buying the increases are on taxes no and you're buying for to Ghana for na yesremo
listen you signed an agreement with IMF that you are going to increase water and electricity tariff every quarter. Every 3 months you are going to increase tariff. No, listen.
No, did it take effect?
It took effect. Last year you increased tariffs.
It took what?
Last year you increased tariffs. Wait.
1.52%.
I was here.
Last year.
52%.
Last year. Now, every quarter. It's not just a year. It is every quarter. Every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
Fourth quarter of 2020.
2020.
Yes, 2023.
2023. And go to 2022.
1.52%. So the second quarter of 2023 was 18.36%.
18 point how many percent?
36.
You are talking about 14. This is 18%. This is 18%. You are talking about 14%. This is 18%. You are talking about 14%. No, see, you are a student. This is it.
1 minute per obi apese uchiano betimi
echiano. Time I'm in Echiano. let me use it to educate the public.
You can educate the public.
Let me use it to educate the public. Yamao proof. Say last year you increased tariffs by 18%. You are talking about 14%. Even that 14% is not because of NDC policy, but rather because of an agreement MPP signed with the IMF. That is it.
Us was because of us.
Every Ghanaian knows. And Jumedia yede ebesomo showdown Jumedia no yede ninyina ebesi enkrofo ameto me safre wo ye honorable Opari Enoch NPP communication team members aso na Kweku Buako Kweku Buako ye NDC communication team member enkomo twetwe no eja na asodemu na nsododo so akunya ye ntena so enche den ya nyame adoma Friday exactly 2 p.m. ye no mo ebesanso edi eshiana eja ya toa so every baby yedi esi mo amado majenche ba ye nyina no ye beda mu nyina ase executive producer Mr. Daniel Yebo nyame show ye papa Abrante Pako Jomano wonso MC ahonom nyame show ana ATP birthday girl wono ene ye producer edema showdown jumedi me so ametine dwam ede jumedi ye beso mo midi ene nana ya sel makram ye besanso edi hia